Oh, I'm back! I'm back!
Go. You got a gun? No. Got his hand. Got his hand. Get your hands! Give me your hands.
Give us your hands!
Hold on.
Okay, he's got it.
Hold on.
We got one leg stuck.
Okay.
My
You
arm!
got cuffs?
My
Anybody got
face!
cuffs?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Move
My
this.
face!
Pull him out. Pull him
My
out.
face!
Hold on.
Put him in cuffs. Put him in cuffs first.
My face!
I know.
My face!
Don't fight.
My face! I can't feel my face, I'm bleeding.
New developments in the death of Jacqueline Torres, the Connecticut case update. Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Murder Mistress. This update covers the newest information in a case previously examined on this channel. Before we continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Continued support is what allows this platform to keep documenting the truth behind America's most unsettling criminal investigations and bringing forward developments as soon as they emerge. This latest update provides details released by law enforcement.
Jacqueline likely died in the fall of 2024 while her family was still residing in Farmington. Evidence indicates that Jacqueline was the victim of prolonged physical abuse and malnourishment prior to her death.
Following the publication of police body camera recordings, booking videos, and a newly unsealed investigative summary related to the death of 12-year-old Jacqueline Torres. The earlier coverage on this channel focused on how Jacqueline was reported missing, how investigators uncovered deep inconsistencies in the adult statements, and how her remains were later discovered inside a concealed container behind a vacant residence. The new developments build on that timeline and reveal the atmosphere surrounding the arrests, the reactions of the accused, and the details that surfaced during the processing of the suspects at the police department. According to investigators, the recently released body camera footage shows the moments when officers initiated the arrests of the child's mother, the mother's sister, and the mother's former boyfriend. The tone of the officers in the recordings remains calm and procedural, but the footage captures a level of tension that reflects the gravity of the allegations. Each arrest unfolded at a separate location, and the recordings document the reactions of the suspects as they learned that new evidence had been confirmed by forensic teams. The release of these videos has provided the public with a clearer picture of the investigative steps that followed the discovery of the child's remains. A newly issued police summary states that all three suspects were taken into custody after investigators completed additional interviews, re-examined digital devices, and confirmed the precise timeline of the concealment of the body. Detectives concluded that the concealment began shortly after Jacqueline died in 2024. The revised forensic findings indicate that the body had been moved multiple times before ending up at the abandoned property. This detail contradicts earlier statements given by the adults, who originally claimed that the child had moved away and was living elsewhere at the time. The booking videos show the suspects being processed in the station.
I'm not going to be safe.
Okay, you don't have to leave here, but I just want to make you aware that you're not under arrest.
I know I'm not under arrest.
Okay.
I didn't do nothing.
Exactly, okay. I just want to make it clear. Yes. Okay, thank you.
And the footage reflects the contrast between their subdued dialogue and the growing intensity among officers as more details were confirmed. According to the lead detectives, the updated forensic analysis revealed conditions consistent with prolonged starvation, physical restraint, and a lack of medical care during the period leading up to the child's death. Investigators have stated that these new findings align with earlier witness testimony and strengthen the charges already filed. Prosecutors filed additional court documents stating that the adults continued misrepresenting the child's whereabouts long after her death. These documents show that false updates were sent to acquaintances and extended family members, creating the appearance that Jacqueline was still alive. The new filings clarify that this communication was not incidental but calculated, intended to delay questions from anyone outside the household. The concealment of the body for nearly a year, combined with misleading messages, has now been categorized by investigators as part of a coordinated effort to evade accountability. The body camera footage recorded during the arrest of the mother shows officers informing her that the remains had been positively identified and that the evidence contradicted her earlier statements. According to the video, she asked multiple times what evidence officers believed they had, but officers did not disclose the full details on scene, maintaining standard procedure until all suspects were in custody. The footage of the mother's sister displays a different reaction, with quiet compliance and minimal dialogue. Investigators have said that her responses during prior interviews raised concerns due to contradictions, and the newly confirmed forensic findings added weight to her involvement. The former boyfriend's arrest, also documented on police recordings, appears to have been the moment when the investigation shifted from a missing child inquiry to a fully classified homicide case. Officers stated in the arrest report that his statements during initial interviews did not align with physical evidence from the abandoned property. The updated records from the medical examiner's review strengthened the allegation that he played a role in relocating and concealing the child's body. As the case moved deeper into court proceedings, new filings indicated that the suspects provided inconsistent explanations regarding when the child was last seen alive. The state argues that these inconsistencies, combined with the length of time the remains were hidden, demonstrate an intentional pattern of deception rather than panic or confusion. Prosecutors have requested enhanced charges for all three individuals, citing aggravating factors related to prolonged neglect, concealment of a minor's death, and the severity of the conditions reported in the medical findings. Child advocacy organizations have responded to the new details by renewing calls for stronger surveillance and follow-up when children disengage from school for long periods. According to officials, Jacqueline had not been present in educational settings for months leading up to her death, and no medical records have been filed during that time frame. These agencies argue that earlier intervention could have altered the trajectory of the case and have since proposed legislative changes that would require more thorough investigation of student absences. The updated investigative summary also addresses questions raised by the community about how the concealment remained undiscovered for nearly a year. Investigators have stated that the vacant property was not routinely monitored, and because the concealment container resembled ordinary debris, it was not immediately recognizable as a location of interest until the suspect's conflicting statements led to a targeted search. Officers have described the discovery as one of the most unsettling scenes encountered in their careers, and those details are reflected in the internal memos included in the newly released documents. Detectives have also emphasized that the new digital evidence played a key role in clarifying the timeline. According to the filings, deleted messages, location histories, and search patterns recovered from the digital devices now contradict early claims that the child left willingly or was living elsewhere. These recovered records show communications between the suspects that investigators describe as discussions about maintaining the narrative that Jacqueline was alive. Community leaders have expressed frustration and heartbreak as the new details continue to emerge. Vigils have been held, and community members have called for accountability and the implementation of reforms to prevent future cases where children vanish from public view without intervention. As this update moves the case forward, prosecutors have stated that the newly filed charges will be presented during the next court sessions, and the suspects will remain held as additional.